D-Star versus FM then. This is bound to get a few people animated in the comments below. Not my intention. In this video I just want to do a bit of a comparison between FM and D-Star, particularly on low signal strength. So what I've got is down here I've got a 2820 Icon rig set up, which I've connected into the antenna on the roof of the house, and I'm going to go out mobile in the car with this D-Star handheld, and we're just going to put out a few calls both on FM and D-Star, and we'll compare the difference between the two signals. Now, there's other things you can do with D-Star. It has GPS capabilities, internet linking. To be honest, I'm only really interested in the RF component of it. Internet linking, personally, I found it very fiddly and more hassle than it's worth. And if I'm honest, if I really want to make contact over the internet, I'd just use Zello, and this is my T320. So we're not going to look at the internet linking aspect of it today. There are other things you can do which are very useful, like if you download the DRATS program, you can transfer small files wirelessly, things like Word document, Excel spreadsheets, things like that. You wouldn't want to send anything too big, like video files or anything like that, because it is very slow, but potentially useful for event communications, disaster relief, that sort of thing. But at the moment, for today, I'm just looking on the digital voice capability between the two. So let's switch the camera around, stick it on the radio in here, and I'll take a drive with the handheld, and we'll put out a couple of test calls. So the first test then, we're going to start off with good strong signal. It's almost full signal strength, just to give us a baseline and a direct comparison between the two.
Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie, test transmission on FM. This is on 5 watts. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie, test transmission on D-Star. This is 5 watts.
So it's a little subjective, but under strong signal conditions, I didn't see an awful lot of difference. If anything, the D-Star audio is slightly clearer. Now let's lower the power and try it under weaker signal conditions.
Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie, test transmission on 0.1 watts, low power on FM. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie, test transmission on 0.1 watts, low power on D-Star.
So at this stage we're starting to get interesting then, because we're getting down towards low signal strengths. There's a bit of noise on the FM signal. The D-Star's still getting through, but starting to sound a little bit robotic. As a personal preference, I would probably still sway towards the D-Star audio for a long QSO, general chit chat, because it would be easier on the ear. But I think this is very subjective. Let's up the ante a bit. For the next test, I actually moved to another location where the signal is even weaker. So let's see how far we can push this.
M0 GTC test on low power, lowest power I've got on the handheld. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, testing. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie, this is a test transmission on D-Star. The lowest power I've got, 0.1 watts. This probably doesn't need to make the extension, but we'll try it anyway. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from M0 GQC.
So I think it's fair to say we were getting towards the limit of both modes there. For me, I could still read the FM, although it was very noisy. Whereas I think it's fair to say that D-Star was giving up the ghost completely there at one point. So it's subjective, but that gives you some idea of the comparison and what you can expect at low signal strengths. So what's the conclusion then? Well, my test today showed that D-Star will actually break up before FM, so FM works further down into the noise. Now granted, you don't get the static hiss on D-Star that you do on FM before it breaks up, so in that respect I found D-Star a little bit easier on the ear for longer conversations. So some people complain about the sound of D-Star and digital modes in general. And yes, they do sound a little bit robotic, especially at weak signal levels, but once you get past that, I actually prefer the sound of it. Now, my problem with D-Star is that in my area, and it may be different in other parts of the world, but where I am, absolutely nobody is using it on simplex. The nearest repeater is roughly about 60, maybe 70 miles in that direction, and even with the antenna on the roof and 50 watts from a base station, I cannot access that repeater. So to that end, there is absolutely no D-Star activity in this area. Now, you can argue that, okay, maybe I should get a dongle, plug it into the computer and link to the D-Star system via the internet. Yes, I could do, but as I said earlier, if I'm brutally honest, I've just got absolutely no interest in that side of it at all. So in terms of whether D-Star is actually any good, whether I would recommend anyone to go out and get it, at the end of the day, a method of communication is only as good as the contacts you can make with it. If no one else is using it, then there's absolutely no point, is there? Because I'm not going to make any contacts. So sorry to the D-Star fan club, but I think in my case at least, I have to conclude that D-Star, for me, where I am now, is a complete and utter waste of time. Now, looking to the future, there are a couple of rigs that have come onto the market that have got D-Star included as standard, which runs not only on VHF and UHF, but also on HF as well. So as more and more of these rigs come onto the market, will D-Star make a bit of a renaissance? Who knows, time will tell. Thank you for watching. If you like what I do, please click the thumbs up button. It lets me know that I'm heading in the right direction with the channel and gives me the confidence to keep doing what I'm doing. Don't forget to click the subscribe and also the bell button to be notified when I upload new content. If you don't like what I'm doing, feel free to click the thumbs down button. Just tell me why in the comments below. I welcome your feedback, and constructive criticism will help me to improve the channel. Take care, and I hope you will catch me in the next video.